Hello everyone, and welcome to the inaugural run of Faster Than Light. I am your host, Alexander Frost, and today we are going to begin not with the game itself, but the built-in tutorial, which is actually pretty decent. The tutorial is going to make up this entire first episode. Just to let you know. So, welcome to FTL. You are the captain of a Federation starship on a very important mission, and the first thing we are going to learn is that we can either press the corresponding number here on the keypad, or on the keyboard rather, or we can simply click it to select it. Either one works. The Federation is currently being torn apart by vicious rebels. Your ship is carrying data vital to the defense of the Federation. Feels kind of Star Warsy in here. You will be traveling through dangerous sectors of the galaxy with the rebel fleet in hot pursuit. Make it to the exit beacon of each sector before the rebels can catch you. Your ship, the Kestrel, is the focus of the typical game view. This is our ship, and it's wonderful. The circular icons at the bottom of the screen are your ship's primary systems. Systems use power from a reactor pointed at by the arrow. This is our pool of energy, the maximum amount we have available. These are our systems, our ship's subsystems. Unlike regular systems, they don't require power from the reactor, which is good. Hover your mouse over any system icon to get more information about the system. Each system's corresponding room will then light up. First we have the shields, corresponded over here. Shields sustain damage, sustains damage reducing shields. Manning increases shield recharge speed. We can actually put crew members in each room, and various systems will receive a boost from having a crew member in. Not every room can actually benefit from having a crew member in, but the three basic ones are the shield systems, the engines, and the weapons. Right now, it is fully powered and it is unmanned. Secondly, we have our engines towards the back end of the ship. This charges the FTL drive and powers evasion. Manning them increases our dodge chance, which is good. Life support. This replenishes the ship's oxygen supply. It does not need to be manned, but it does need to be on at all times. There is no reason for this to be turned off unless you're suicidal. The medical bay. This heals crew members inside med bay and it is fully powered. This is the one system you can actually afford to turn off without any major detriment. I mean, if you're in a firefight situation, you might want to have it on, but for the most part, if you need an extra unit of power, you can switch it off. Our weapon systems. Click on a weapon to charge and fire. Manning it reduces charge time. Right now, it is completely unpowered. The weapon systems in this game is a little unique, but I'm sure we'll get to that shortly. Next, we have our piloting subsystem. This requires a crew member to evade in combat or to jump, and it is currently crewed. These sensors enables the view of all rooms on our ship and info on enemy ships. Finally, the doors. This allows for remote opening and closing of doors, which is good. Which is very good. Up here we have our hull meter, our shield level, and the current resources here, 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 and here. In the top left. If your hull meter is reduced to 0, your ship will explode. Don't let that happen. We should get going, but it looks like your engines are currently powered down. Green system boxes are powered. White system boxes are unpowered, providing no benefit to the Kestrel. Who knows? Left click on the engine system and it will power it up. Try to keep your vital systems fully powered. Right click will depower. So if we click here, left click, that pushes it up to 1 unit of power. And as you can see here, our evasion went up 10%. We power it up further, pushes it up 15, so the more we power it up, the better. Now it seems our engines have taken some damage. If a room takes enough damage, the subsystem inside will shut down and will need to be repaired, and our hull will be repaired. We can't fix our hull, unfortunately, but what we can do is send our crewmen in to fix it by clicking on them to select and then right-clicking to send them on their way. Repairing is easy. Just send a crew member in and they'll immediately start working on it. Sending more crew in gets the job done faster. Also, Once the repairs are done, the first crewman into the room will begin manning the system. So all that said and done, that's back online. I'm going to send that crew member back into the weapons room, and I'm going to send that crew member into the shield room, and now we're ready to go. Yep, already did that, Chief. They'll automatically repair systems, they'll fight fires, fix breaches, and fight intruders. This is good. Fighting low oxygen and fire will hurt the crew, so if that happens, send them to the med bay. Alright, our engines are powered and ready to go. Yes, there's a silhouette that activates here whenever a room is manned by crew members, as you can see here. Oh dear, there's a fire on board! Fortunately, we can take care of it by simply left-clicking on it and opening the door. This will vent the oxygen into space and starve out the fire. Another way we can do it is by clicking one of these icons here. This one will close all the doors on the ship. This one will open the doors. Alright, jumping requires a crew member, blah blah blah, we've done that. Excellent. Jumps will use up 1 unit of fuel, so try not to let yourself get stranded. This is fuel, this is missiles, these are drone parts, and that is scrap, which is our current resource and currency. And so from here we can jump to the next nearest system. We have 4 different destinations in mind, so we'll jump here for now. Every new location will have an event like this. You might have multiple choices available to you at the start of the event. In this example, a weak pirate ship is trying to destroy you. You can simply hit 1 to continue, or, as noted here, special blue choices like these are unlocked by having certain upgrades or equipment. These are almost always good choices. In this instance, it doesn't really matter one way or the other. The great thing about this game is at any time you can press the space bar to pause the game, but you can still interact with your ship. Use this to your advantage. Now, first things first, we need to power up our weapon systems, which we have. And then from here I can left-click on the weapon and then select which subsystem on board their ship I want to hit. The objective is to keep hitting their ship until the hull meter goes down. However, by damaging various subsystems, I can make it easier for me to kill them. If I target their life support, they'll immediately try to fix it because they don't want to run out of oxygen. If I manage to bring down their shields, they'll run out of shields. If I take out their weapons, they don't have weapons. If we bring down their engines, their evasion rate drops, and they lose the ability to jump away. Same thing happens if we attack the cockpit. The cockpit takes damage, they can't jump, and they can't evade. For now, though, we'll go on ahead and right-click on the shield. Correction, we will left-click on the shield. There we go. And then we just simply hit space to unpause, and we wait for the weapon to charge and fire. It's charging now, as is their weapon. Also, we can give orders to our crew while the game is paused. So I could literally say, oh, see, they're firing on us. I could get an order for him to go to this room, but until I unpause, he won't carry it out. So unfortunately, our lasers aren't strong enough to punch through their shields, because it only fires 2 shots at a time. 1 shot being enough to bring down 1 unit of shield. This is bad. Fortunately, though, they don't have enough firepower to punch through us as well, because they've only got a laser that can fire 1 shot. So the best they can do is bring our shields down, and that's it. So now that we do have a missile launcher, we can activate it. Missiles are different. They have shield-piercing abilities. So naturally, the first thing we want to do is we want to tell it to lock onto their engines, or not their engines, their shield. When it's fully charged, it will fire, and then, bam. And then from here, their weapon systems are damaged, now they're in trouble. This next missile shot should be enough to take them out, though. Bye-bye! That sound of whistling air you heard, that was the sound of oxygen being vented out of their ship. We caused a hull breach to them. As a reward, we picked up salvage, 100 of it, which is really good, and a halberd beam. The ship menu. Outside of combat, we have the ability to upgrade our ship and swap out our systems, swap out weapons and so on and so forth. So from here, our next best estimate would be to... I'm going to swap out with this. It suggests that I swap out the Artemis, but no, we're going to swap out the dual lasers. Now, the way the weapon systems work here is we have a maximum of 2 bars. So that means any weapon that requires 1 bar of energy or 2 bars of energy can be powered up. This requires 3. So even though we actually have enough in our reactor pool, our maximum amount of energy that we can put into the weapon system is only 2. We need to upgrade this. So first, let's click continue. First we need to upgrade this. That will allow us to put more power into the weapon system. So technically speaking, if we shut down the Artemis, we have enough power to completely power up the halberd beam. But we still want to be able to use the Artemis at the same time. So the solution is simple. Oh, the weapon system is damaged? Oh yeah, we can rearrange the order of our weapons by doing this. Bear in mind, weapons on the right side of this bar will be the first ones to shut down if the weapons room is damaged. So whichever ones you want to keep in the fight the longest should be first on the roster. In this case, the Artemis is the one we want to keep because beam weapons are not good at piercing shields. No, it looks like it wasn't going to let us upgrade the rest of it, but we'll have plenty of opportunities to do that. And now that we've gone through the tutorial, we will begin our very first game, or at least get things underway. The save and quit system in this game is you can actually save the game. When you exit, you can choose to save and quit, and then pick it up again later. It's sort of like if you've ever played Dynasty Warriors, and you choose to save and quit, when you come back and play it again, you can't reload that save, and if you mess up, go back and load from that save again. It automatically deletes once you load it. So, kind of keeps a sense of forward flow, I guess you could say. This previous save was from a previous attempt at recording, I think, so we're just going to go ahead and save over and not even worry about it. Now from here we have several different options. First of all, our ship type. We have a list of several different ships we can use. In this case, we have 4 different ships we can use out of a total of 9, which is not bad. I haven't unlocked everything, and that probably never will. Not without cheating or something. Every ship also has a second layout type, Type A and Type B. Completing certain objectives, getting certain achievements in-game, will unlock the secondary layouts of each ship. So technically there's 19 different ships you can play as. First is the Kestrel Cruiser. Oh wow, the Kestrel Cruiser. The Kestrel Cruiser. This class of ship was decommissioned from Federation service years ago, and I'm flying this thing? After a number of refits and updating, this classic ship is ready for battle. And it is a nice designed ship. It kind of reminds me of the USS Defiant from Deep Space Nine, for those of you who watch Star Trek. The Engi Cruiser, which we will not be flying as today, belongs to a race of aliens called the Engi. The Federation Cruiser is actually pretty awesome. The ship features the latest in Federation technology, an advanced beam weapon that pierces through shields. It has a built-in big-ass laser cannon that automatically charges and fires on its own every 50 seconds. And then finally, the Zoltan Cruiser uses advanced shield technology to give it an edge during combat. Now, unlocking all of these ships require you to do different things. I don't remember what each of them is, to be bluntly honest. I'm sure it will tell me. But I do remember one, though. In order to unlock the Federation Cruiser, you have to have beaten the game at least one time. So our first run will be on board the Kestrel, and if I remember correctly, I do not have any of the Type B layouts available on any of the other ships. However, it will tell us what each available achievement is. If we complete 2 of 3, we will unlock the alternate layouts. I will try to go for them if I can, on-screen or off-screen. So to get the Type B layout, we need to have either A, have 6 unique aliens on board the Kestrel cruiser simultaneously, B, have every system and subsystem installed on the Kestrel cruiser all at one time. Each of these 3 rooms can house a different subsystem, or rather a different system that we can pick up, which is not going to be easy to get because it says we have to have them. Okay, we just have to have them, so that one might not be so bad to get. And finally, tough little ship. Repair the Kestrel cruiser back to full health when it only has 1 HP. This is the most dangerous because it requires keeping your health low and being able to get to a shop for full repair. We're going to start off on easy, believe it or not, because we want to live. This game is not easy, it's a roguelike. Next thing we want to do is we have 3 crew members to start with, and we can change the names of these 3 crewmen, and yes, you can throw your name in if you want, because I am going to do several runs in this game, and I am going to be changing names, or not changing names, I'm going to do several runs, and I am going to be having several different crews, but for the first 2 runs, I already have a specific set of crews lined up. So if you want to throw your name in, please put it in the comment section below, and I will add it to the pool. First of all, me. I'm in, I'm the captain, that's just the way it rolls. Secondly, Bruce is going to be replaced with Thet. Oh yes, for those of you who know who that is. Actually, let me rename him a little more. There. Now does that name look familiar? And finally, my dear friend Sation, who will be a woman. I cannot change the race of the characters. All I can do is change their... If they're human, at least, I can change their gender. But what races or on what ships are dependent on which ship you start with. So the Kestrel's a Federation ship, so human crew to start with. There we go. So if you want to be another alien race, I can't help you there. I can, but I can't. So we have these 3 to start with, which is good. I'm happy with that. Any other crew member that we pick up along the way, I cannot change their names. So if you don't get pulled in on the first 3, you're going to have to wait for another run. Last order of business, we're going to rename our ship. The Kestrel is nice. What was it? Oh yes, the name I used before. Not solar flare, solar light. What am I thinking? I even thought to myself, don't call it solar flare. And then what did I do? I called it solar flare. Alright everyone, now that we are ready to go, we will begin next time from right here. Until then, everyone.